Welcome to another episode of Pear Tree Ranchin. Okay, real time, it's Easter Sunday, 7 p.m. My belly's full, I'm tired, and it doesn't matter because there's a tree down on the driveway. So I got the tractor running, I got the chainsaw, the fuel, the bar and chain oil, and the chainsaw tool ready to roll. We're gonna go down there and chop this tree up, push it out of the way, and then maybe come back for the forks to help move the chunks. So we got everything all loaded up. Got my ear pro, got my eye protection. Let's rock and roll. Okay, so not huge tree, and it looks like it just ripped up at the roots. You get that a lot with these water type oaks here in Florida, and just micro burster, small little storm just blew through. We were off the farm for Easter dinner, and we're gonna just kind of give this the quickie chop. I'll try to cut as few times as possible and just move those big chunks. And I've got a giant burn pile I could throw this on, or we can push it back up in the woods. So I think what I'm going to do is right up in here, I can cut that and then get the leafy end off. And then back in here, I can make a couple of cuts on the trunk and have those big sections where a lot of that can stay right where it's at, not hurting anything. So let's get the saw organized and fired up, and then we'll get to chopping. Okay, so this is my steel chainsaw, and I'm just gonna, I can see that we got a little bit of stuff up in here, so I'm gonna loosen this up. The chain's a little bit loose for what I like. So I'm just going to tighten that up, and then we'll look at how do we fire this up. So these should just be a little lefty-loosey, and that gives this a little bit of wiggle. And then if you clean this up, twist this and it pushes the bar out, and so it increases the tension. You don't want it too tight because it makes it hard on the saw to run, but you don't want it so loose that this pops out. So that's pretty good for me. Righty tighty, tighten them up. And then what we've got is the choke settings. In case you don't know, we're gonna push that, and that'll go all the way down. Now, this was riding in the bucket of the tractor, and so that jiggling around sometimes can cause it to flood. So we're gonna find out really quick here where are we at. But if your saw's well cared for and not gummed up, so I only run ethanol-free fuel in my stuff on the farm, should only take a couple of pulls. It should fire over once, then you would switch it to the next choke setting, pull. It should fire and run for a bit, and then you'll pull the trigger, and you're kind of at that run setting. So let's find out if we're a little bit flooded from riding in the tractor bucket, or if we're going to get a clean start here. You can also, when you go to start, depending on your comfort level, lock that blade so that won't spin when we go, as a safety thing. It's just something smart you can do. So right away I can smell the fuel, and so that tells me that that little bit of jiggling around those few pulls that were already getting flooded. So the easiest way is to go to the run setting and pull it till it fires, and that takes care of usually when it's flooded. So right there I heard it fire over once. Right there again it's starting to. Okay, so she's running. I'm gonna set you guys up where you can see where I'm cutting. I'm gonna get my glasses and ear protection on, and like I said, I'm just gonna make a cut to try to let that branchy end drop, and I'm gonna want to undercut it first so that it has a spot to break away, and then I'll start cutting on the top. And when it goes to separate, depending on how the branch is gonna go, if it wants to fall this way, it's going to pinch at the bottom. That's why you want to cut it there first, and so then as I cut down, it'll open up. If, because of the way that trunk is, it might want to open up on the bottom side, so I might have to cut the top and cut up to get it to peel and fall, to not get the saw pinch. So once I get a better look at it up close, that'll tell me how to make that cut to stay safe and just kind of have that fall free. And then, like I said, we can push that big top of the tree off and out of the way so it's not laying in the road, and then take care of the trunk parts after that. All right, let's fire up the saw. Well, that was easy enough. Let's go ahead and push this now with the bucket. and just get it clear, and I'll have a better look at what's behind it, and then I can get in here and clean up this trunk bit. But for this evening, it gets the driveway opened up in case of emergencies. I mean, it's easy enough to drive around. There's plenty of room, and we've got plenty of four-wheel drive vehicles if it was super soft. But this is a simple little fix, and there's more than just us that live back here. It is a shared driveway, so this just helps do our part taking care of things. So I'm gonna leave you guys there to watch over the front of the tractor, and I'm gonna start pushing this up and off. Okay, so we got that pushed out of the driveway. You can see it's all kind of open and clear, and I can just come in here, I'll put the forks on, and I can fork that whole end and take it down and throw it on my big burn pile. So I'm just gonna get in here and cut this, and that'll drop that free, and I can also, it'll be a section I can fork that and that end probably in one load and just make one trip to the burn pile. And then we'll pick up these little pieces off the driveway and be good to go. Then we gotta go get Johnny ready for bed because he's got school tomorrow. We got horses to ride. All right, I'm gonna set you up while I chainsaw this last bit. Okay, so we got that all dropped. Not sure if I pinched the end of the bar. I'm gonna check that out. The blade quit spinning after I got that. Started to pinch a little bit. We just got gummed up in there. So I'm gonna look at that really quick, and then that'll be that. We'll pack it up. So just a quickie Pear Tree Ranchin for you, but this is real life. Like I said, it's Easter Sunday. And even though we're nice full bellies and tired, sometimes you gotta get out there and just get ranching. So if you're enjoying what we're doing, make sure you're liking and subscribing. If you want to get subscribed, you can click here, watch the next video or a better video, different video here. Do the clicking. All right, I'm Jake. This is Pear Tree Ranchin.